You're now listening to the Pitchside Peregrines Podcast, your home for all things Athletic Club Boise.
All right, everybody. Before we get into today's episode, quick shout out to KJO Insurance, the first sponsor of the Pitchside Peregrines podcast. Look, insurance premiums suck, but your coverage doesn't have to. They know Idaho and the Pacific Northwest, and they'll actually find you a deal that makes sense. DM them on Instagram at KJO Insurance with Pitchside, or call 208-883-4800 and tell them Kyle and Elias sent you. All right, let's talk some AC Boise. All right, everybody, quick word from our sponsor, KJO Insurance. Look, being forced to rely on a GoFundMe might suck, but knowing you have a life insurance policy waiting for your family if anything happens, that doesn't suck. KJO makes it simple and affordable. Please DM at KJO Insurance with Pitchside or call 208-883-4800.
Welcome to this week's episode of Scouting Our Prey, where I'll be breaking down the Charlotte Independence Athletic Club Boise's next opponent in the USL 1 season. Before we break down the Charlotte Independence, we do have a bit of information and news to break about Athletic Club Boise. They announced recently that there is a new goalie on the roster. It is Jared Mazzola from the Las Vegas Lights. It is the first ever loan player to come to Athletic Club Boise, so he is not, a fully signed player. He is on loan for the season for the 2026 season, coming to us from the Las Vegas Lights, who, if you'd been keeping track, is who we recently played in the USL League Cup. Unfortunately, he was not the goalie in that match, and kind of his statistics this year, he's made 6 starts, 6 appearances, played the entire time, averaged 2 goals against per outing. Not the greatest form. Who knows if that is more so on Las Vegas and the competition he was playing against versus him himself. Obviously, ownership and Athletic Club Boise sees something in him to bring in a 4th goalkeeper into the squad, which is usually not as common when it comes to building a roster. So really interested to see if there's any movement with goalkeepers with the club. Obviously, if this was a full player signing and not a loan, I would envision more movement to come. But with it being a loan, who knows? I wouldn't be surprised if someone went out on loan somewhere else, but we'll hold pat and see. Jared was teammates with Jonathan Ricketts in Sacramento and was part of both their U.S. Open Cup and USL Cup campaigns last year. His only true season of, being the number 1 starter was back in 2023 with the Greenville Triumph. 32 games, 6 clean sheets, 42 goals conceded, so averaging just over a goal a game. He seems, haven't had a bunch of time to look into him, but he seems like a solid option. Again, someone with some experience, with Joseph and Jonathan both being fresh out of college. I'm kind of confused as to what the reason behind this is, but I trust the club and trust that they have a plan in place for what's to come for Jared and the entire goalkeeping group. Maybe there's just more depth and more flexibility with the goalkeeping, quadruplets, tandem, trio, whatever you want to call it. So really interested to see what happens there. But Jared went to school at Quinnipiac, which, if you don't know anything about them, they are a major college when it comes to polls, I feel like, and they're good at hockey is all I know. I feel like Quinnipiac is always in the college hockey playoffs. So definitely a smart cookie, because I'm pretty sure Quinnipiac is a smart person school. Obviously, I am not a smart person and have not done a bunch of research about the college. But welcome to Boise, Jared. You will be welcomed with open arms, and really looking forward to seeing you potentially play here and there. And with May's busy schedule, there's potential for him to slot in. We'll see, but just wanted to drop that at the beginning of the episode before we dive into the Charlotte Independence. With that, I'd be rude of me, and Kyle would kill me if I didn't share the kits of the Charlotte Independence. I know In the Chattanooga Red Wolves episode, I did not show their kits off, but I will learn as Kyle is the kit guru, and this is their home and third kit. They haven't officially had a um, I guess, press release for their away kit, yet they do have one in their shop. Looking at their games, they have worn this red kit on the right in a lot of their away matches. In this press release, the county kit is their primary weekend home uniform, and then the homage kit is the primary weekday home kit. So expect the Charlotte Independents to be wearing this red kit on Athletic Club Boise's match tomorrow or today, Wednesday. Excuse me. Pretty bland kit for the red kit, just stripes and nothing special. I wouldn't give it a more than maybe a 6.5. As for their county kit, I don't know if I said country. Oh well. County kit. I like it a little bit more. I'm a sucker for collars. If you've seen anything about me or heard me talk about kits, I love a nice collar and a nice defined white collar to kind of break the kit up. Let me see if I can get a better close up picture. There's no other close up pictures. Would love that, but that's life. Kind of like the split color of the black and blue. Probably give it a 7.5 and an 8. Nothing too crazy, but I do love this one far more than the red. The Liberty kit is the third kit I was talking about, and I'm assuming it's their away kit. Not 100% sure. There's no press release announcing it, and they haven't worn it in the game from my investigation in all of their away matches. But it gives bland, normal away kit a 6 out of 10. Doesn't hurt anyone. Enough of the fun stuff or the um, kit and things. Let's actually talk about the team themselves. So, the Charlotte Independents currently sit in 13th in the USL 1 table. They played 5 games, 1 win, 2 draws, and 2 losses, and currently hold a +2 point differential. Their current recent form is a loss, 2 losses, and a draw. Most recently, drawing to the Fort Wayne FC in a 2-2 heater where I want to say all 4 goals were scored within the first 15 minutes. Yeah, a fourth minute, a 10th minute, a 7th minute, and a 15th minute goal. So definitely a high scoring affair. The Charlotte Independents have not been shut out yet in a game. They have at least put up 1 goal in all USL League One matches. They were shut out in a US Open Cup match where they played city rival Charlotte FC, the MLS side. All that to be said, they haven't, again, played a boatload of games, but they have played a few common opponents to Athletic Club Boise. They did smoke the Spokane Velocity for nothing back in late March. Watching that game back, the score line doesn't speak to maybe how the game was. A lot of those goals were just busted coverages and goalies, howlers, like just a goalie missing a save or touching it and letting it go through his hands. So they did beat the brakes out of the Spokane Velocity, excuse me, who are one of the hotter teams. They did open the season up against Westchester and did draw, who Athletic Club Boise did just recently spank and put a 4-0 beat down on. Besides that, those are the only 2 shared opponents. So kind of gives an idea of maybe it's who knows as we go through this USL season. Bad teams are beating really good teams. Really good teams are beating okay teams. Okay teams are beating bad teams. It's kind of the landscape we're in. But Charlotte is a interesting team to break down. They have a long history. They aren't a newer team. I want to say they started their life in 2013 with their first season in the USL being, I want to say 2015. They were originally a championship team, USL championship, and then in between the 2021-2022 season, they did self demote themselves to the USL League One, just to rebuild the culture, rebuild the team, and kind of hit the reset button, similar to what maybe a Texoma FC did this last season by demoting themselves from League One down to League Two. So they still are a long-standing club and not a newer expansion team like a Spokane, like a Westchester. They are a constant in the USL environment. With that, the last season in 2025, they did finish eighth in the table and did make the playoffs. They did make it to the quarterfinals, which eight, 4-4, quarters, semis. Yeah, they made the quarterfinals, whatever that looks like. So not the best team, not the worst team, just kind of a middle of the road club, similar to kind of how they sit right now with their 5 games, 1 win, two draws, 2 points. Holy moly, 1 win, 2 draws, 2 losses, averaging a point a game. Would love for that. They'd probably love for that to be higher, but that's life. As for formations, they kind of been 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1. They've kind of jumped back and forth between those two with a traditional higher pressing back four, two maybe holding kind of box to box midfielders, the front three, which you'll highlight at least one of those players in the players to watch group, and then a traditional striker up front. So one of the players I wanted to highlight today was their goalie, Matt Levy. He has, as you can see from this player score, he had a 9.7 in their last game against Fort Wayne FC. He was absolutely bombarded with shots the entire game. I want to say he had 6 saves, but a lot of those saves were high chance shots, and he did very well in stopping them all. He has started every game for them so far this season. He's averaging, again, 1.6 goals conceded per game. Excuse me. He's saving just under 4 goals per game. Just seems to be a very solid goalie and has been their goalie for the past few years, or at least the last year and this year, excuse me. He's been with the team the last few years. Last year, he played 24 league matches, had 5 clean sheets, and led in 40 goals. So just again, averaging just under 2 goals per game. If we look at the per 90 again, 1.7 goals per game. He's currently sitting at in all competitions 2.2, but in League One play 1.6 and averaging an 8 player rating. Just speaks to a high caliber goalie. So really interested to see how Athletic Club Boise and the offense, wingbacks, everyone involved can penetrate and take advantage of Matt and put in some goals. As you'll see in our goal predictions, we're hoping to put in a few. Next is Luis Alvarez, who is a midfielder for Charlotte Independence. His form so far this season, he's started in 4 games, made 4 appearances. He scored 1 goal and has 1 assist. So nothing super hot or screaming off the page. He did have a great performance against the Spokane Velocity, but I think the entire team did, given the 4-0 thromping that it was. Looking at this chart, he was with the Charlotte Independence in 2023 and 2024. They did then sell him. They made a sale to him to the Tampa Bay Rowdies. He did play 18 games with the Rowdies during the 2025 season until he was then sent on loan back to Charlotte the second half of the 2025 season. He then came back again on loan for the entirety of the 2026 season. So the Rowdies don't currently need him in their plans, but did buy him. So he is technically a championship player on loan playing in the USL League One. He is, again, averaging decent numbers for league play. He's playing most of their games, most minutes in all games. So he's definitely someone to keep an eye out for in that midfield. Next up is Javen Romero. That's how you say it. I hope so. He's a defender. He's, again, one of the higher rated players in the team. He did have a goal against Charlotte and was player of the match in that match. He had assist against the Charleston Battery. Had an absolute stinker against an MLS side. Again, just seems like a player who is rated highly with how they've been playing so far. He did play with the Las Vegas Lights back in 2021. He did play with LAFC, it looks like, back at least LAFC's next pro team in 2024, and was on the team in 2023 and only played in their U.S. Open Cup matches. He then made his way over to Charlotte. No, he made his way over to, yeah, Charlotte. Excuse me, Charlotte in 2025 and played 22 matches and logged a bunch of minutes and didn't really have any immense scoring opportunities, be it a defender. But so far this year, he's already scored more goals in games than he did in the entire last year's campaign. He is averaging that 7.2, which for the team is above the average for what they are outputting. Next up, excuse me, wrong page, is maybe the veteran player of the team. It is Enzo Martinez. He has played many seasons. He has 35, so he's the veteran presence in the clubhouse. So think again, maybe a Charlie Adams. He has played all over the place. He started his career with Charlotte Independence in 2020, 2017. Wow. Then made a step up to the MLS with the Colorado Rapids. I don't know the MLS side. The Colorado team came back to the Charlotte Independence from 2019 to 2021. Once they demoted themselves to the USL League One, he did then make his way over to the Birmingham Legion championship side from 2022 through 2025, and then this season made his way back to the club he started his USL career with in the Charlotte Independence, and has had some good performances. He did have 2 goals in their one USL Cup match. Good heavens, I am not fully here today. That was against the Richmond Kickers. Had 2 goals, 1 goal in league play and 1 goal in U.S. Open Cup play. He is their kind of a central attacking midfielder and more of the maybe number 10 kind of model. Definitely is someone to keep our eyes out, and could make create some scoring chances for the team and for the match on Wednesday. Finally, key departures for the team. Their top goal scorer from last season did move on to an expansion team in Corpus Christi FC. Christian Cheney did leave the club from last year. He had 13 of their goals last year. So losing your top goal scorer is never fun, especially to a team within the same division of you. He had 13 goals and 3 assists in all matches. Um, hard to miss that, or hard to fill those shoes. Maybe speaks to why they're having a slower start. So far this season, he has started 3 games and has not had any goal contributions in any way. With that, we are going to cut to a quick ad break, and on the other side, I'll be breaking down what we think the starting lineup will look like for Wednesday, along with Kyle and I's goal and score predictions.
All right, everybody, quick word from our sponsor, KJO Insurance. Look, being forced to rely on a GoFundMe might suck, but knowing you have a life insurance policy waiting for your family if anything happens, that doesn't suck. KJO makes it simple and affordable. Please DM at KJO Insurance with Pitchside or call 208-883-4800.
Welcome back from the ad break. Thanks, KJO, for sponsoring this episode. If we look at last game Athletic Club Boise played against the Chattanooga Red Wolves, I think this is a good example of what a starting 11 could look like for this Wednesday. I think the back three, as we've talked about time and time again, isn't changing. Seeing Blake and Nick Moon be back for that match was a great sight. Philip and Charlie, I think, again, are amazing options and hold down the midfield. As we've maybe mentioned in the post game, would be interesting to see if maybe their roles could be switched and have Philip play a more forward position and Charlie playing that more defensive holding midfielder. Who knows what they have in store for Charlotte. Toomey was a Charlotte Independence player last year, so this is a revenge game for him, or a revenge game, whatever you want to call it. Similar to what Jonathan Ricketts had last week against Chattanooga Red Wolves, Toomey is doing the same with the Charlotte Independents this week. So I would see Toomey and Dennis playing. I could maybe see someone else starting the striker role. Thomas Among didn't do anything poor. I think he had a good match, but Kyle has a feeling that Luan Brito might be starting because that is his spoiled first goal scorer. We'll put an asterisk next to that just in case someone else doesn't. Just in case Luan doesn't start, so we can fit in the proper starting player. So with that, we're entering in. This is the last week from now until next match day on the 13th, where we'll have slow time. The 13th moving forward, I think we'll be having almost back-to-back 3-game weeks where we go Wednesday, Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday, I want to say. So it'll be a very busy back half of May. As we mentioned earlier this month, there are 7 matches in the month of May. So a lot of movement. So we'll probably see some more rotation in the next week's fixtures. And so for this one, I would say we're pumping out close to what this starting lineup looks like. With that, it is the prediction time of the week. Kyle and I are getting closer and closer each time we talk about what the score predictions are looking like. Elias currently has 1, 2, 3, 4. Kyle has 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm 1 point down on Kyle, with me correctly guessing Toomey last week being the first goal scorer. And I think I'm going to ride the hot hand and make a prediction that is going to be a revenge game goal for Toomey once again, opening the score sheet up, with the final score being we will be handing the Charlotte Independents their first shutout of the season with a 3-0 victory against Charlotte in their house. Maybe a bold prediction, but I don't think it's going to get too out of hand scoring wise, and I can't have the same score prediction as Kyle, who is predicting 2-1. With as previously mentioned, Luan Brito being that goal scorer for Kyle. So we will be watching who gets that first goal. We will be having a post-match live shortly after the game. I'll be recording it from my hotel room as I will be on a work trip, but really looking forward to seeing what this game has in store for Athletic Club Boise. Having a nice 5:30 kickoff local time will be nice for not having to stay up too late to record and get this out quicker than normal. But do leave your score predictions in the comment section below. If you haven't already, click subscribe on YouTube. If you're watching this, do follow the podcast on Apple Podcast or on Spotify or wherever you're listening. Turn on notifications to see when our episodes do drop. And if you are interested or open to supporting us financially or getting some additional content on the back end, do check out our Patreon. It does go towards funding and getting us to have better content for you all. So with that, we are signing. Kyle's not here. I am signing off for this week's Scouting Our Prey. Really looking forward to see what product Athletic Club Boise can create against the Charlotte Independents, and hopefully we can bring home another 3 points on the road. Thanks so much for always listening and all your constant support, and we will talk to you in the post-game show. Bye, everyone. That's all for today's episode. If you enjoy the show, make sure to like, comment, share with a friend, and make sure you're following the show wherever you listen. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube for all updates and future content to come. If you want to help support the pod and get access to exclusive content, early episodes, and bonus perks, head over and check out our Patreon. It truly helps us keep this thing growing. Thanks again for listening. Thanks for being part of the community, and we'll catch you in the next one.